I think this thrifting trip is going to haunt my nightmares. You will see why. We're flipping for the future. We're trying to get out of debt in 2025, so let's see what we can find at this trip. They're these blue suede Pumas. They weren't marked with a price, but I'm going to take the gamble. I think I can clean them up. I ended up paying $12 for them. I really like them, and I think the whole colored sneaker thing is really in right now, so I picked those up. My favorite health and beauty bags. Normally I can get lucky here, but this bag was just crap, except for those 3 Clarisonic face brushes. Thank you, Lord, for whoever donated that air purifier. It said it works and the plug was inside. How amazing is that? I wish everybody did that. I turned the corner and literally shrieked, look at these things.
Itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out.
Who would want those in their house? I could not get out of that aisle quick enough. I felt like they were coming after me. Anyway, health and beauty products were so slim pickings today. I was really disappointed. Those comps were for packs of 3 and 10. So obviously I did not pick this up. That bottle, the Nourish ink, was in really good condition, but I don't even know what that is. I'm sure it's some multi-level marketing thing. The shampoo was nice. I almost bought it for myself or my kid, but I decided against it. Everything else in this section was just not... I just wasn't in the mood to look through this. I didn't need any dog stuff. There just wasn't anything good in there. So let's go on to ladies' shoes. Again, I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't feeling my shopping trip today. It was windy and rainy outside, and I was just in a whole different vibe. But watching the video back, I really regret not taking a look at those cutie pies. They are really cute with the rhinestones. I wish I would have at least taken a better look at them. But instead, I chose these. They look like they're Amazon. They're not anything. Super cute, cut from the cloth, medium jean jacket, either for myself or I'll try to list, and that hanger I got for myself. Let's go to the next place. I decided to try this thrift by the pound place. It's kind of like a Goodwill bins. It's much smaller, but same concept. You dig through bins trying to find deals, and then you pay by the pound. So the only thing I picked up was this skirt. I thought the color was really cute. It's really clean. I'm not sure I'm going to get much for it, but we'll see. For probably $1.25 or less, I figured it was worth it. I didn't really feel like digging as much as I thought I was. I didn't have gloves. It felt icky. I just wasn't in the zone. But I did find at the end cap these Bic pens. I ran comps, and in the comps you'll see it's a pack of 2 and a pack of, I think it was 5. For those comps, that was good, and I only paid 25 cents. I bought 16 packets, so I'll break those up and list those. Moving on to the next thrift store, I like this one. It's a really tiny location, and often they have 50% off, and now I can see why I prefer the 50% off days, because otherwise their prices are a little steep, and I really didn't end up picking up too much today. I checked out the artwork. I'm looking for mid-century modern, kind of the golds and the blacks, floral for my own house, but I did not find anything of the sort today. This place does have an awesome deal on greeting cards and kind of new seasonal things, which is fun, but that's just not something I'm in the market for right now. This area with all the china and the glassware, it's really not my thing. I don't know enough about it. I also don't want to ship it. It's like a nightmare to think that things are going to break in shipping. So I tend to stay away from this. I think I just have a lot to learn. So maybe throughout this journey, I'll find what really sells. But these were really cute. I felt bad for whomever made them. They were only selling for $2 a piece. I should have looked through to see if there was any labs, but I didn't. Plus, it's not really my style. So I did not get any of those. You'll see my cart is one of those ones that you drag behind. I kept tipping it over and running into things. So I ended up pawning that off on my mom. So here is one of my favorite sections, not the dishes behind you. It is, more industrial health and beauty products I found here. I have found ink cartridges, vacuum filters, small appliances. Now they have a lot of linens. A lot of it's handmade, so I'm not really into that. There's a lot of sewing and arts and crafts, and I just don't need any of that stuff. Sometimes in this office supply section, I can find ink cartridges. Last time I was here, it was 50 off day, so I picked up 2 or 3 different ink cartridges. They will sell, even if they're expired. I paid 50 cents a piece for them, and a couple have already sold. I'll throw those comps up on the video. So profit is definitely to be had there. Here's some water filters. I think I recently sold some, but it just wasn't what I was feeling today. I have picked up some of these vacuum bags. I ran comps on all 3 of these today. I did not feel like it was worth my time. So I left those all there for somebody that may need them. I have picked up a espresso maker from this section before, the small appliances. I believe I got it for $5, and I came home, cleaned it up, tested it, and sold it on Facebook Marketplace. I believe it was within 24 or 48 hours for $55. So selling it locally meant I didn't have to pay shipping, so that was awesome. I looked at the purses. There wasn't really anything that I felt necessary to pick up. That woven black bag, they had a price tag on it of $30. I suppose I probably should have looked at the brand or run comps, but I didn't. I have a fear of buying fake bags. So unless I know it's absolutely genuine, I will likely not pick it up. I just do not want to get dinged on eBay. This place has so many books, so many DVDs. They're only $1 a piece. Some puzzles, some books, children's books. I mean, it's a full-on library here. So, but I did not end up getting anything from here. I just didn't have the time or the patience today to go through all of those. I'm sure there's money to be had in there, especially where this thrift store is located. I think you probably get some older, more vintagey movies, but I was just not going to go there today. Watching people thrift on the racks for clothing, I feel like can be super long and boring. So I'm going to go ahead and speed this up for you. I did stop at this obviously vintage Quaker Factory nautical sweater. I did run a comp. I'll throw that up on the screen. They were asking $10 for this. I checked it out. I really thoroughly considered it, but on the back, there are 2 spots on there. I didn't know if it was maybe eaten by moths or a stain, but didn't want to deal with that, and the profit was just not there. So moving on, I'm looking for anything style-wise that I think would sell, brands that I think would sell right now. And I pulled out a couple things, but I just did not find any sort of diamonds in the rough today. Got to the end cap and found this tunic by Paper Moon. I believe that's a Stitch Fix brand. They were only asking $6, but it was a 2XL. I thought it was really cute, but just too big for me. Looked in the hair tools a little bit, found some flip-flops. I did end up putting those away behind me, but I'm just looking for vintage hair tools or even nicer curling irons that I could maybe bring home or leave at my parents' house when I stay up there. That would be handy so I don't have to cart things back and forth. Looking back on this shelf, because I knew I probably messed up the first time, I found this Oster. I don't think it's necessarily vintage, but it is old. They were asking $8 for this wall-mounted hairdryer. There was even a sticker on it that said tested and works. Love that. I did run comps on those. I'll throw those up on the screen. I thought this was totally worth the pickup. I've done pretty decent sometimes of selling name brand eyeglass cases, but there was none in there today. These were really cute, these LL Bean flip-flops, but they were asking $8, and I'm sorry, the profit's just not there. If they were a couple bucks, maybe on 50 off day, they will still be available, and I'll pick them up then, but not finding anything there today. I looked again at some of the women's shorts, some jeans. Those were go-backs from the fitting room. I looked over here at automotive and exercise stuff. I'm looking for anything that promotes, weight loss or literally a Suzanne Summers Thigh Master. I don't know, but that's what I'm looking for. Didn't find anything, by the way. I looked in the super duper small kids section. It used to be bigger. I think that they're doing away with it. I never used to find anything in there anyways, but this time I wanted to go look at stuffed animals. I recently discovered from looking at other resellers' YouTube videos that Jellycat sells for astronomical rates. I'll throw some comps up on the screen so you know what to look out for, but trust me, I will be looking for Jellycat at every thrift store. I'm going to go on their website. I'm going to get familiar with their stuffies, and I'm going to spot one someday. We'll see if I ever find one in the wild. Thinking I might find anything in this store, I looked through men's clothing. I'm looking for Polo Ralph Lauren. I'm looking for Peter Millar. I'm just looking for those brands that sell. I'm just looking for anything new with tags that I think might sell. I love lately checking out some of the pants for my son because he's now entered that phase into young men's pants that he's no longer a little boy. And it's pretty awesome because I'm able to find some astronomical deals on pants like these ones, these Wranglers. He won't wear these. These were lined, but I thought they were really nice. Obviously, they were too big for him. They're 40 by 30. I did run comps and just the price is not there, but somebody is going to really love this pickup. I think they were only asking like $8. So I think I only left with that wall-mounted hairdryer today. So I just need to list that. Let's see if that sells. I did have some donations to make, helped mom clean out her closet. So we had 3 huge trash bags of clothes to donate. So I love getting rid of that. Let's get those out of there. Makes more room for thrift pickups. Okay, let's go to one more stop for the day. This place is a little different. This is one of those resale places where somebody rents out a booth, which is something down the road I would love to do. I think that would be so much fun. Right now, it's not really something I aspire to do, but someday. I showed my son this video. He was really mad at me that I didn't buy that piano. Now's not the time, kiddo. But they have super cool instruments and swords if you desire. They have things in cases like pocket knives and model cars and pretty much anything. Like patio furniture that I would not pay $599 for. I bet you I could pick that up on Facebook Marketplace for $125. I'm not going to pay $600 for it here. Cool artwork, cowboy hats, cowboy boots, lots of leather, like biker type leather. So if you're in the market, this is the place to go. Some of those purses, I'm fairly certain they are authentic and the prices weren't bad, but I just don't know enough about purses to enter that whole realm quite yet. But this place is neat. What I don't understand is how people can afford to have these booths. Their prices also were astronomical, but these guys were super cool. Birdhouses, they were hand carved and painted. Those were really neat. I love the artistry that some of these folks do. I am a sucker for this types of stuff, the goat milk lotions and balms and things like that. Back in my old day, I would have picked up that cow head without hesitation. They were only asking, I believe, $60 or $70. I've seen those upwards of $140, $200. So I probably would have gotten that, but that's not the vibe of my home anymore. So I spotted that Wrangler purse. I do love that style. There's something about the Southwest-ish, but I believe they were asking $50. It sells for $40 on their website. So do you see what I mean? These people are pricing their items a little too high, but maybe that's to attract tourists. This booth was really neat, very music oriented. That t-shirt was only $10. So this guy knows what he's doing. So he has his total vibe. I did like that jean jacket. I don't know what's getting into me lately with jean jackets, but I don't remember why I didn't pick that up. It wasn't priced bad. It was priced pretty reasonable. This booth was my favorite. I love the aesthetics of it. It is so cute. It has such cute stuff. I'll give you a little tour. Whatever they did it right. Very like country home, cute. That, I think it was like a soy or beeswax candle or something like that. I didn't love the smell, so I left that. And I have so many candles. I'm sure you do too. Go pull out your old candles and don't buy anymore. And then I did love these little iced coffee glasses, but again, I can't justify buying that. I have about 15 at home. Thanks for coming thrifting with me today. I didn't find too much to resell, but I'm hopeful that in the next couple days I can go out again and source some more things. We're flipping for the future, trying to pay off our debt in 2025 If you liked this video, please like and subscribe to my new channel, and we'll see you in the next flipping video.